Hi and welcome to my guide. Today we will be completing the quest Land of the Goblins. Quest requirements are another slice of ham and fishing contest. Skill requirements 38 agility, 40 fishing, 45 thieving and 48 herb lore. Items needed: any kind of light source, an unfinished Toadflax potion, goblin mail, at least 5 coins and then a yellow, blue, orange and purple dye. You can easily buy all of these dyes in the dye shop in Letja. Then you will also need to have an empty vial, a pestle and mortar, a regular fishing rod and a raw slimy eel, or like 1 to 30 fishing bait. For the recommended items, 1 molten glass, 2 law runes, then also some food, armor and weapon to kill 5 undead monsters between combat 32 and 184 with a max hit of 18. We are going to bang before the boss fight, but if your combat stats are below 70s, then do not take this boss fight too lightly, as you only have half an inventory to work with. Then you also need approximately 3 empty inventory slots. In addition, you will need to have extra empty inventory slots equal to the amount of items that you have equipped. During this quest there is no need for graceful, since you will need to be a goblin, and to be a goblin you will need to have nothing equipped. And what is also quite helpful is 1 or 2 stamina potions. For the teleports, 1 to the makeover mage, I'll simply be using a Falador teleport, 2 teleports to the fishing guild, I'll be using a regular Ardoin teleport, 2 teleports to Draynor village, I'll be using the Explorer's Ring 2, 1 teleport to the ranging guild, I'll also be using a Camelot teleport I think, 1 teleport to a fairy ring. If you have access to a fairy ring that takes you less than 62 seconds to reach one, I'll be using the fairy ring at the Ardoin Kandrin monastery. And for the final teleport is just simply 1 to get out of Dorgesh Khan after the quest is completed. Now before starting the quest, I suggest you to get hold of some raw slimy eel. If you are unable to buy these from the Grand Exchange, then I suggest you to fish one yourself before starting the quest. So let's start the quest by following Khadgar to the mines, and there you should find a second quest start. There you should find a small goblin called Grubfoot. Talk to him and select option 1. To start the quest. Next, let's go south and enter the Dorgeshan city. We will now need to go to the room of Aldax, which is located in the northwestern corner. I've recommended to get 1 molten glass. This is optional, but if you have brought one, then I suggest you to right click on Aldak and buy a Dorgeshan teleport sphere. 1 to the Dorgesh Khan. Yes please. Next, let's talk to the other goblin in this room, Zanik. Select option 2 twice. After the second option, you will see a short cutscene. Once the cutscene is over, select any option of your choosing and then select option 1. Yes, I am ready. And then we'll make our way to the Goblin Cave. Once you have arrived, let's go northwest. And just a bit east of where you found the Dwarven Child during the Dwarf Cannon quest, there you'll find the entrance of the Goblin Temple. Go towards it, there you'll find 2 guards. Talk to any of them, and then Zanik will enter, but you are not allowed because you're not a goblin. Yet. Afterwards, we will need to make our way to the makeover mage. I'll be using a Falador teleport. Once you've made it to the makeover mage, let's first talk to it and select option 4, then select option 1 or 2, doesn't matter, and afterwards select option 2. Then he will tell you and allow you to pick from the bushes just outside. Pick from any of these bushes. And next we'll need to return to the Goblin cave. I'll be using a Ardoin teleport. Once back in the Goblin cave, go a bit northwest, and there to the southern wall you should find some black mushrooms. Pick one and then continue northward, to the entrance of the Goblin temple. On the way there, let's use our pestle and mortar on the mushrooms to make some black dye, and then use this on the Goblin male. Afterwards, let's use our berries on the unfinished Toadflax potion to make a Goblin potion. Before you're able to turn yourself into a Goblin, you will first need to unequip everything. Once you've done that, drink from the Goblin potion and select any Goblin of your liking. Once you've transformed into a Goblin, equip the black Goblin mail and climb downstairs. The guards will first stop you and select option 2. Afterward, select option 1 if you like your Goblin mail to be Mudfist. If you don't want that one, select option 2 and we'll get another one. Yeah, sure, I like the name Mossfoot. Good. Right, once you've entered the Goblin temple, let's go northeast. In here there are 6 Goblin factions. Since we have worn the black Goblin mail, let's go to the northeastern faction. And inside, go to the northeastern corner. There should find a sphere. Grab it, and then in the northwestern corner of this faction, let's talk to the imprisoned Zanik. She will take one of the Dorish Khan spheres and teleport out of here. Once she is gone, let's unequip the black Goblin mail to get kicked out of this faction. Next, just go a tad west, and in the center they should find the High Priest Big Head. Talk to it and select option 1 to start the questionnaire. Question 1 is 1-1. For question 2, it is 2-2. For question 3, it is 2-1. Now for the fourth question, it is option 2. Since you've passed the test, you will now need to select option 1, 2, 1, 4. I have no more questions. Next, let's equip our black Goblin mail and return to the black faction. One of these goblins is a priest, usually indicated with something weird on its head. Right click and pickpocket to get one key. Next we'll need to make our way to Draynor, so let's teleport to Draynor village and let's talk to the witch Aggie, the one that makes your colored dyes. Once you've made it to Aggie, let's talk to her and select option 4 twice. And she will recommend a hamster whitefish. Hamster is located just across the road of the Ranging Guild, so let's go over there. Right, once you've made it to Hamster, click on the gate and select option 3. Afterwards, bait on any fishing spot. Doesn't matter which one. Once you have the whitefish, let's teleport or make our way back to Aggie in Draynor village. Once we've returned to Aggie, let's talk to her and select option 4 twice. And you now have a white goblin male. Next we will need to have all our 4 colored dyes, so be sure that you have your yellow, blue, orange and purple dye, as well as your white goblin male. And after that, the boss fight will start. The boss are 5 undead goblins, which are all immune to poison, venom, thralls and recoils, and also your dwarf cannon cannot be set up in there. Also the boss uses all 3 of the combat styles with a max hit of 18 each. So go to the Draynor bank and prepare for the boss fight. What you can deposit in your bank is your regular fishing rod as well as your pestle and mortar, you don't need that anymore. But be sure to keep your light swords, your Dorgish Khan teleport sphere, and optional your fairy ring teleport, and then also 1 teleport after the quest is completed. And then what to withdraw is then your food, armor, weapon and potions. But do not equip your weapon and armor, because we will first need to transform into a goblin, so be sure to stay naked while you prepare for the boss fight. Right, to save some inventory space I'm gonna be dropping my Ardy teleport. I'm gonna be using the Ardoin cloak to teleport myself to the fishing guild, which is where we're going to go next. Now what is more important, climbing boots or potato with cheese? Alright, once you think you are ready, let's make our way back to the Goblin Cave. Alright, once you've made it to the Goblin Cave, let's enter and let's return to the Goblin Temple. While we're running towards the temple, let's drink from the Goblin Potion, select any Goblin type of your choosing, and equip your Goblin Mail. Next, climb down the stairs, and then enter the Western White faction. In there we should find the priest somewhere, right click and pickpocket, the one with the strange hat. You should still have one Goblin Potion dose left, but you don't need it anymore, so let's drop the potion and unequip the White Goblin Mail to get kicked out. Next, let's go to the Southwestern faction and use our purple dye on the White Goblin Mail, equip it, enter, and pickpocket from the purple priest. And equip the Goblin Mail. Then go to the Southeastern faction. Southeast should be orange. Use a dye on the Goblin Mail. Equip. And pickpocket from the priest. Next, unequip. Then go to the Eastern faction, use your blue dye on the orange Goblin Mail, equip it. Blue faction, where is the priest, usually with the weird hat. There it is. And equip the blue one, and for the final faction is in the northwestern corner, the yellow faction. Equip your yellow Goblin Mail, talk to the god, and steal from the final priest. Right, and equip the Goblin Mail. And then all the way north you should find a door. Click on it to open. Once in the crypt, you'll find 5 graves. You will need to search all 5 graves to fight 5 different undead zombies. So, since there are no goblins in this crypt, let's turn ourselves into a human by equipping anything human related. So equip your combat gear, and let's start with the southwestern grave. Click on the fire to say name. The High Priest already gave you the first name, which is Snothead. This one is combat 32 and only uses melee. It should be no problem since you've already defeated Sigmund at combat 64. Once you've defeated Snothead, you will need to select option 2 to ask what his predecessor's name was. Next, let's go to the southeastern corner, say name at the grave, and it will spawn a combat 56 undead zombie if you select the second option, Snail Feet. This one uses melee and ranged. Once you defeated the second goblin, select the second option to ask what his predecessor's name was, and it is Muschin. Let's go to the northwestern grave and select option 3, Muschin. This will spawn the undead goblin of combat 88, and this one already uses all 3 combat styles. Once you've defeated the level 88 Mushin, select the second option, what his predecessor's name was, and it is Red Eyes. Let's go to the northeastern grave and select the fourth option, Red Eyes. This will spawn the Comet 121 undead Goblin, which uses melee and magic. Once you've defeated Red Eyes, let's select the second option, what is his predecessor's name, and that is Strongbones. So for the final boss fight, say the name at the northern grave to spawn the combat 134 undead Goblin, which uses all 3 combat styles. Right, there was absolutely no cut in the editing here. Once you've defeated Strongbones, select option 1, where is Ubiusk? What he said was kind of a riddle, so let's return to Zanik, who is in the room with Oldak in Dorgesh Khan. So use your teleport sphere, teleport to Dorgesh Khan, you'll be teleported somewhere at random in Dorgesh Khan. Just go back to the main floor and then go to the northwestern corner. Right, let's talk to Oldak, and they'll tell you where you need to be. Apparently they don't have a teleport sphere for you, so you'll need to make your way to the fairy ring in the southern caves of Dorgesh Khan by yourself. You can simply run all the way south, and it will take you about 62 seconds for you to reach that fairy ring, or just teleport to any fairy ring and then use the code AJQ. Once you're there, let's adjust the machine, and that will make you talk to Oldak. Next, adjust the machine again, and then you'll see 3 bars. The first one will need to be 9, the second one needs to be 4, and the third one needs to be 1. Then click on confirm to basically complete your quest. This will trigger another cutscene of you and Zanik and Oldak teleporting to Ubiusk, and after the cutscene is over, we will simply need to run northwest until you see a strange box, and once you are near the strange box, you have completed your quest. So let's run northwest. Yeah, just ignore all that, just go anywhere, just near the strange box. This will trigger the final cutscene, and congratulations, you've completed the Land of the Goblins quest. You are awarded with 2 quest points, 8000 agility, herblore, fishing and thieving experience, the quest requirement for the mini quest, Hope Spear's Will, access to the Goblin Temple and Ubiusk by using the fairing code BLQ, ability to make Goblin potions, as well as ability to purchase Plane of Mud spheres from Oldak. And those teleport spheres will teleport you into the Goblin caves next to the fishing guild. Hopefully this guide has helped. Subscribe, rate and comment. Okay, thanks, bye.